Okay, I probably need to turn my mic on. What's up, y'all? I feel like that's kind of loud. So this is going to be a restream of two of our races that were either async or we weren't able to restream them. So you will be seeing, this is just a disclaimer, you'll be seeing, my cursor, different things across the board. So just so you know, I am playing these from VODs, so it'll be a little bit different, but I'm going to try my best, and I have these at pretty much the exact same start time. So this is from our round one, which has completely finished up. All the round two matches have already been announced, so if you are in the Boogey tournament, go and check your threads. But for this first race, we're going to have Malladroid versus Softnum. So I am going to go ahead and get this started. And like I said, I will do my best, so bear with me. I hope you enjoyed the Earthbound sitcom song, Paradise Line. And here we go. Like I said, I thought I had it at the right spot. There we go. So we'll just wait 1 second. There we go. Ooh, that's nice and synced up. I like the way that looks. Okay. As usual, if anything sounds off or weird, let me know. I will do my best to remedy that as well as I can. It's like a second off. That'll probably be as close as we get it. I'm gonna leave it alone. It is what it is. Try and get my cursor off the stream too. Sorry. So per usual, the beginning Boogey% antics, walking up a hill in your pajamas, talking to Pokey, walking back down the hill. Basically focusing on movement in this section. And then once we do a little bit more cutscene-y type stuff, that's when the run actually gets started. I hope everyone's had a good Monday so far. Mondays are one of my days off, so they're usually pretty chill for me. Racers of the past. What's up, Taco? Sorry for kicking you from the Discord last night. I have now learned the difference between kick and disconnect. Thought I forgot the kazoo song? Never. Alright, so Softnum running into some issues early on. Got past the dog there to his right, but the snake aggroed on. Meanwhile, malladroid kind of stuck in spawn Hex City right now. Not going to mess with that crow. Just going to despawn it. There's a snake. Gets that despawn. Meanwhile, Softnum's still fighting this coil snake. Gets through it. We always say if you're going to take a fight on the hill, take a dog fight. It'll get you a level, and you could get a bread roll drop. But for the most part, you don't want to fight anything. Now Softnum dealing with this crow. Can he juke around it? Nope. Gets caught by the crow as well. Those crows have erratic movement. They kind of swoop, but sometimes it's hard to tell which way they're going to move. And Softnum going to take a death there. Hopefully he'll get better spawn luck on his second time. Too bad. It's just healing twice to really make sure. Alright, so there's a dog already. Just going to turn around. Meanwhile, malladroid going through the buzz text at the top of the hill. And malladroid will be heading back down to start the Starman fight here in a moment. And oh my god, literally surrounded. Softnum just stopping and going nope and turning around. My goodness. Had a rough start for Softnum here, and it can be pretty demoralizing to have, you know, a rough hill. It's the very beginning of the run. You're kind of like sitting there going, oh, okay, so that's how it's gonna be today. All right, cool. And now I have to finish the run because it's a race. You can't just turn it off, you know. So practicing resolve and maybe taking a couple of deep breaths can help, you know. Just, you know what, it's the first part. There's still plenty of run left. So malladroid encountering Starman Jr. This is a scripted fight. You don't have to do anything. You will see pretty much every single runner auto fight through this. Alright, gonna despawn this snake. Let's see how... Alright, we got fire, which is typical. You really want to see freeze. Freeze is the most optimal move that Starman Jr. can do. It's the least amount of text. On guard is okay too, but then Buzz Buzz's hit will be diminished by the basically the defend that Starman Jr. is doing. And we just need Buzz Buzz to do his job here. And we're getting hit with nothing but fire on Malladroid's side. Typical. Alright, we're out at 8:38. Let's go. Alright, Buzz Buzz having his gut smashed out by Lardna. Would have never seen that one coming. We'll see how Softnum's Starman fight goes. Maybe it'll be a little kinder, as this hill has been quite unkind to dear Softnum here. But Malladroid's starting the day in O-Net. See what kind of spawns Malladroid gets here in the zoo. We got a snake. Ooh, and a big smash for Softnum. 22. I think that was either Ness or that had to have been Ness. Maybe Picky. I don't know. Another smash for 1 HP. And an on guard. Nice. So actually a very decent Starman Jr. For Softnum after such a mean hill. So that'd make you feel good. Now we do have to do a little bit of shopping before we head down to deal with the sharks, the local ruffians. We pick up a Mr. Baseball cap from a kid that knows that we've always wanted it, and we immediately sell it. So we have enough money to buy a cheap bracelet. And this offers enough defense for us to be able to get through these next fights. Malladroid using that bread roll, very smart, because this Pogopunk is being very rude. What's up, Flint? Going for the trash juice as well. And Malladroid is having a rough time with these Pogopunks, having to dig into his resources. that you typically want to save for the Frank fights. Now, these Pokepunks are a 100% burger drop, which is one of the reasons why we fight them. Also to get some levels. And a nice crit there to finish out the Yes Man Jr. And Malladroid's going straight into it. So basically, the rule of thumb here is hit, heal, hit, heal, hit, heal against Frank. Woo, man. Malladroid did go into that Frank fight with not full HP, but gets through it. Well, Softnum starting his Pogopunk fights. Hopefully Frankenstein is a little kinder to Malladroid here. And Softnum taking another death, unfortunately. Malladroid with just enough to... Oh, and a dodge from that tear. Nice. Just enough psychic points to give you 1 life up. Even if you use all of your psychic points in the Frank battle, you will level up to have 5 psychic points, so that you are able to do 1 life up in the Frankenstein fight, or Mark II, if you will. What's with the timers? What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh, what is with the timers? You're right. So that had nothing to do with me. That's on Softnum's side. Softnum must have done something to his timer. I don't know. I've just been here vibing, and then I didn't even notice the timers were completely different. Dude, weed. I mean, I don't even smoke weed, but like, you know what? Weed. These are pre-recorded. Now that a few more folks are here, like I said in the beginning, this is a race that has already happened. So we are just restreaming it on Monday to catch up on a couple of our races that were either async or did not get a chance to be restreamed during the week. We do have 32 people in this tournament, so we're trying our best to get everything restreamed, as you know, as we always do. So this is kind of like a little bit of a catch up. But how you doing, Volbia? I don't know what happened to Softnum's timer, but I guess we'll just keep it like that. I mean, we go off of the race room anyway. So this was like a live race when it happened. But I don't know. I have no idea. Ay, ay, ay. There's sharks everywhere. So I think that probably, I mean, I'm guessing if this had been an async, we would have had Softnum resubmit, because I think that would be, or we would have mentioned something, you know, I don't know. What if Softnum had gotten the pizza drop there? That would have been crazy. Alright, so Malladroid has purchased his complement of burgers and will be heading into Giant Step here. Doing alright? Alright, heck yeah. Did Malladroid, or excuse me, did Softnum not go shopping when he first went to fight? Or what? What on earth is happening on this stream? It's all over the place, man. We do have a second race after this one is finished. Our second race is going to be our new contender who so graciously joined us last minute in the tournament with Jimothy versus Octopuscal. And that one's going to be fun, so definitely stick around. There's plenty more Earthbound left for today. Also, if anyone wants to jump in on comms with me, like, just let me know. Hit me up. Hit me up in the DMs. And I can get that set up. Otherwise, I'm fine just vibing on my own. Oh, thank you for a prediction. I mean, it's kind of... I didn't do a prediction because these races have already been run, so we already know the winners. So... yeah. I mean, I guess if you want to play, like, game the system, you can. Get you some points. Oh yeah, honor system. But what about my precious fake internet gambling points? Alright, Malladroid has the mouse set up on the cliff, and as you see, he's walking back and forth in a pretty tight formation. This is because with that mouse there, typically, for the most part, almost always, only slugs will spawn on the other side. And I'll know if you cheat. I mean, how can we know? How could we possibly know? Alright, Softnum has made it through and is gonna go fight Frank. So the goal here, this is our pretty much only grind in the game, in this run at least, and pretty much in the full game too. But we grind, you need to get at minimum 22 slugs to get to level 8, which gives us our first psychic ability, PSI Rockin'. And that is, yeah, let's go! Softnum got through Frank, easy peasy. And that gives you Rockin', which is needed to defeat Titanic Ant. Everyone's scared to predict now. Just close it out. If you hear that car honking, it's on my side. I apologize. Alright, and a crit to get through the Frankenstein Mark II fight for Softnum, and we're out of there. 11:22, that's amazing. I wonder what happened with Softnum's timer, though. Alright, so it does appear that Malladroid is going for the 4-packs on the bottom and most likely a 6-pack on the 3rd floor. On this 2nd floor, you can find 4 packs of slugs. However, Antoids are brought into the mix. and it can be a dicey situation. And wow, there's mice everywhere. Holy crap. When this many enemies are on screen, stuttering becomes pretty difficult, but Malladroid doing a good job. Gonna have to, I guess, go back down that rope. That's a bummer. They pushed him off the second floor. Good grief. But 6 packs of slugs will spawn on the third level, basically. So you will see a lot of runners get, I think, what is it, 4 packs on the bottom and 1 6-pack up top, something like that. I don't know. Little better spawn luck there for Malladroid. And those are most likely Antoids. You can get a Antoid and slug setup. So it's not always going to be 2 Antoids, but when you only see those 2 little dots, which could be an Antoid or a slug, it's best to just go ahead and presume that they're Antoids, which you don't want to fight. They can life up, they call for friends. And at the level that we're at, which is fairly low, it's just not a good time to fight. Softnum, I'm gonna grab his burgers and a can of fruit juice, because why not? Oh wait, Malladroid was already at level 8. Never mind. I'm not paying attention. Whoops. Oops. I wonder if Softnum even realized his timer got messed up. Huh. Anyway. Nothing we can do about it now. It's in the past. No, we do not want the cookie. We are going to abandon the cookie. Malladroid heading up the ropes to go fight old Titanic Ant. See how this fight goes. Oh, starting out with a magnet. Sick. Alright. Just enough for one more rockin'. 63. I didn't see what the first one. And shield's going with a sheet. The ant is going with a shield. And a miss. Oh my gosh. How many shields do you need? A smash. The shield disappears. The shield is back. Come on. Malladroid has some good offense, though. Gets through the fight pretty quick, besides all the shields. So plenty of burgers left. Softnum also got the mouse set up, so he'll be moving back and forth looking for slugs. And there they are. Alright, Malladroid gonna be heading out a giant step. I think one of the like coolest mechanics that Earthbound implements is that once you defeat an area, all the enemies run away from you. Which means you can just stroll on out. Except for when a slug gets in your way. Oh, we got past it. Vroom. Alright, so Malladroid will be heading down to beat up the cops. And make his way out of Onett. Gonna buy a couple more burgers though. We got enough for 3. Cops do drop burgers. Let's see what the chance is. 16 out of 128. Do the math. I think it's a 1 in 16 then. A smash on the first cop. You love to see it. A crit will basically get you through a cop. That's what you want. You have to use your you're wanting to basically use burgers to heal because you want to save at least 20 psychic points to fight strong, because 2 Rockins we'll take him out. But I mean, if you have to, you know. Itoi is 75 years old now. You think about this game a lot? What's up, Jay? Itoi's birthday is like the day after mine. And Softnum has paused. Okay, we're back. Having an existential crisis on Softnum's side. Oh no, and a crit from a cop. Boo! I love Shigesato Itoi. If there's like, I don't think we should worship celebrities. I think that's like a bunch of BS, you know? But if there was one, like he is the one. He is the celebrity that is like, you are my hero. You are just the coolest dude ever. Like just the nicest, coolest, most badass dude. I love Itoi. Alright, so Malladroid getting out of that cop fight. Was that his 4th cop fight? Yeah. So we'll probably see Malladroid healing first turn on strong. If you can get it set up, you want to get out of that 4th cop fight with a decent amount of HP. Everything. He's just the best. Alright, we have it on guard. We're going for our Rockins. 55. 55. And 62. And we're going to eat a burger to be safe. And, oh, it's a good thing we did. He's grappling. And a bash will do it. Malladroid's out at 32-26. We have escaped Onett on Malladroid's side. Meanwhile, Softnum, in his existential crisis mode in Giant Step, still searching for slugs. If you are just getting here, these races are pre-recorded. I'm doing a couple of I'm doing a restream to premiere the 2 races that were not able to be restreamed. So these have already happened. So if you're wondering what's going on with the timers, that is what's going on with the timers. Something must have happened on Softnum's side. However, since this was a live race, we do go by, we have racetime.gg, so. Alright, Malladroid made it into Tucson. Gonna go and grab some money and set up a save for our future Death Warp. Oh, and Softnum got a bomb! Nice! Right at level 8, too. Heck yeah. So the mice in this game have like 220 guts, which is nearly like a top stat for gut stats, so they are very prone to crits. It's like 220 or 225. Let me just double check so I don't get eviscerated by chat. 225. Alright, 225, yeah. Which I think might be the top stat. Like the limit. The limit does exist for guts. What's up, Airframe? Softnum with a bunch of spawns up here. Might be smart just to take a fight. Use your rocket and get out of it quicker. But it's just a slug and an Antoid. Meanwhile, Malladroid feeding Apple Kid, giving him some money. And now we gotta go take a peek at a big iron pencil blocking our path. Something happened with Softnum's timer on this area. I don't know what it was. Volbia came in and was like, "What's up with the timers?" And I was like, "Huh?" And I hadn't even noticed. And then I looked and I was like, "Wait, what is up with the timers?" So I don't know. Who knows, man? It's not on my side. Okay, so Malladroid gonna go take a little peek. There is a, like, the third blade, like, patch of grass that you'll see Malladroid most likely just kind of, like, walk up to is enough to load. So that one. He went a little bit past it, but it's that third one at the very top of that little cliff area. You can just kind of, like, walk up to that, and that's enough for the pencil eraser to load into the screen. Just fun little optimizations that have been discovered over the years. Okay, Softnum getting ready to fight Titanic Ant. Gonna make sure he's got almost full health. So let's see, Softnum could do rockin', and a bomb, and that should take care of it. Oh, and starting out with a magnet as well. That's okay, we still have enough for one more rockin'. Malladroid with a legion of mobile sprouts and mushrooms in his way. They're not going anywhere. And there's the bomb. All right, using our second rocket, and that'll do it for Softnum. All right, malladroid picking up the pencil eraser, and that will give us access to the entirety of Peaceful Rest Valley. But there's dogs. There's always dogs. Can't escape the dogs. Softnum will head on to fight the cops. And we'll see how PRV goes for malladroid over here. You do want to pick up at least 2 butterflies as you travel to Happy Happy Village. That will replenish your psychic points. So I think we were seeing malladroid go for that, but there was a mobile sprout in the way, and that's not worth it. There will be other butterflies. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so rude. That is so rude. Are we just going to see a rockin'? Yeah. Oh, and a magnet. No. Get out of here. Oh, they drained. Oh my god. This is so rude. We could run away. I think. Probably just run away, yeah. Mole sprouts, you're able to, you can run from them, but they're just annoying. And we can't run away. Oh my god. Oh my god! And it's death for malladroid. Oh! Whew! Whew! Hey Pebble, it's something on Softnum's side. Yeah. Explosive fart cave. Something on Softnum's side happened. I don't know what's going on. He clicked something. Yeah. I was mentioning, I mean, these races have already happened. This was a live race when it did happen, so we had race time to go by. So Volvia was like, "What's up with the timer?" I'm like, what do you mean? Oh no, what happened? So I have no idea. Super fart, extreme fart, and a death for Softnum. We are just dying left and right in the game right now, folks. So yeah, if you're just joining, hi, welcome in. I'm Attack Slug. I am doing some premieres of races that we were unable to get on a restream or that were async. So that's what's up with the timer. Messing with the baseball cap? What you mean? Is it? That's cute. Is that what he was going for, or are you just like putting 2 and 2 together? I love that. I don't know. Pebble coming up with conspiracy theories. Oh no. Malladroid in a bit of a sticky situation here. Looking to us for help. What do? We're gonna have to go north. Or just go over here and despawn. Thank God for that tree. Wowee! They do not want him here. One of the good things about PRV is there are so many, like, pieces of land and trees and rocks and cliffs that you can get enemies stuck on to kind of maneuver your way around them. But unfortunately, that also means that there's not a ton of room to despawn, which is where you walk. Oh my god! You walk a certain amount off screen, and it will either, like, you know, have the enemy disappear or load a different enemy in its stead. And malladroid just having a time here with all of these spawns, kind of getting backed into corners. Now the trees are a little bit slower, so there we go, he can get past them, but there's UFOs on the other side! Oh! I would be, if I was playing and I was malladroid, I would be screaming. I would just be screaming. Ness contemplates jumping, right? Can I just, well... Right, Volvia, yeah. And then when you're playing casually, like, nothing ever happens and whatever, and you're like, where are those in my races? Like, where is this part in my race? Softnum making his way through the cops over here. Meanwhile, malladroid just pummeled with spawns. We are going to need that. I do think we need that butterfly there. We might even need two. Softnum going with an attack. Going to use a burger to heal. Typically a good rule of thumb to remember, if you're around 30 HP and you want to use a life up during the cop fights. Oh my good gravy. It's just the worst. It's like he's playing games with the UFOs. How is malladroid getting away from all these spawns? That PRV was unreal. Not only did we have explosive super fart cave, we had like the least peaceful, least restful valley of all time. Alright, Softnum's gonna give Strong the business here. We're out of... Whoa, wait. Whoa, we're almost out of there. Alright, we're out of there now. Softnum has completed Onet and can escape. Whew. Pretty rude, Valley. Exactly. Alright, so malladroid gonna talk to Paula, get a Franklin badge, and then start his shack fight. Meanwhile, Softnum escaping from Onet. The main goal. Oh, and getting got by some mushrooms. Yeah, Onet percent. Can you get out? Can you escape alive? Alright, 84 and 90 to the cultists. Just barely not enough. There is no, seriously. Alright. Shack fight done for malladroid here. Softnum will be able to just take a nice stroll through Onet, see the hellscape for one last time, and head on down to Tucson. Let's see. No eggs, no bananas for Malladroid. He must have some burgers left over or something. Picking up the skip sandwich early. Might use that as a healing item. Oh no, not two! There's two of them! Gonna have to... And Softnum getting got by a mushroom again! Go get out of here! Go on, get! Alright, Malladroid getting through that cultist fight. Let's see, we're gonna get a nice level up there. So Malladroid will be able to still use at least one Rockin' in the car painter fight. Your main goal through the car painter fight is to survive, but get out of it with the lowest amount of HP possible. Because if you remember, we saved at the department store in Tucson. And that is... we got a tourism percent going on Softnum's side. Where are we going? So we'll fight a mole after everything is said and done. So you want to have a low amount of HP. So that it goes quickly. This could be a pretty quick fight for Malladroid here too. Yeah. Yeah, this is a pretty quick car painter. Those lightnings can miss. You know? All sorts of things can happen. We haven't seen any like super terrible car painter fights yet, but we will. Don't worry. I'm sure we will. Oh, so Softnum. What happened to your timer, bro? So much got getting. Getting got. Alright, so Malladroid going to rescue Paula. Rescue Paula, and then we will see Malladroid dropping a couple of items, which will also aid in the death warp we're about to attempt. Yeah. Okay. I saw you like messing with it on the screen, but I didn't even notice that it reset it until someone came in and mentioned it. I was just like vibing, you know, like do 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 do. Oh. Alright, so Softnum went in, looked at the iron pencil. Getting a couple spawns here. And let's see how this death warp goes for Malladroid. The reason for the death warp is so you don't have to walk back through PRV. Because as we saw on Malladroid's way in, it sucks. Alright, one down. And then we show this mole our ATM card repeatedly. That's so we don't choose defend, and we can get the full brunt of his attack when he actually hits us, because now we're dodging. But the mole is like a weirdo and will make itself feel strange constantly. You forgot to save at the department store? Yeah, I saw you taking a little tourism percent there, walking through Tucson. Or what are we calling it now? Tuestown? Ramen. I love ramen. I genuinely love ramen. Softnum, do you realize you forgot to save at the department store, or? Well, no spoilers. We'll find out. Oh yeah, spicy ramen. Okay. Well, at least you remembered. Oh no, getting chased by hippies and old bag ladies in Tuestown. It's crazy here, yo. Hey, Ox, how you doing? How are ya, honey bun? Yep, there's Softnum staving in the bus station. So, could do a Vogler if you wanted to. Malladroid has gone and reassured Paula's father that she is safe. Paula's dad, the only good dad in the game. I mean, it's just they're qualifiers, you know. So as long as you get a decent time, you'll be fine. Also, it's Earthbound. Anything can happen. Speaking of Octopus Gal, his async race versus with Jimothy will be next. So make sure you stick around after this race. Yeah, I mean, absolutely, you know, it's the second round. We do drop one time out of the 4 qualifiers that are required. And also just keep in mind that while, you know, a DNF is understandable, finishing your runs regardless is going to give you a better time because a DNF is 3 hours. But sometimes you've just had it, you know? Sometimes it's just like, okay, where do that's it, I'm done, you know? Yeah. Little UFO acting whack. But, if possible, you know, it is encouraged to complete your runs. UFO got hella speed on him, so trying to run away is typically... You might? Oh, Softnum got away. It just takes a bunch of turns as your percentage to be able to run away increases by 10 each round. Softnum gonna need to find a butterfly stat. He's got a cold. Excuse me. We'll see how PRV goes for Softnum. I there's mobile sprouts. And Malladroid about to take a little bus ride here, and we are in our classic pincer spot. Lovely. I don't think I'll DNF unless forced. Really hungry. Yeah. I was actually doing the weekly last night offline, and I got to Gygus, and I was in the prayers, and everyone died, and I didn't have any res items, and so I said, well, that's it for me, and I turned it off. It was Scramble. It was Scramble Rizzo. It was Daniel and who was he racing? Because they both went to fight, because I think it was Clumsy Robot on top of like where Everdred is, and then they couldn't get the paralysis, and it took so long. But it was crazy because they were both doing it at the same time, so it wasn't like one or the other was like bleeding time, you know? Like it was just both happening to them at the same time. Alright, so Softnum took a death in PRV, gonna have to walk back through to get to Happy Happy Village. Yeah. That's okay. He's a well-seasoned Earthbounder. He knows how to get through that stuff. Softnum in another existential crisis. Softnum, that's what I've been calling them, where you just don't do anything for a second. Like you were just staring off into space at one point. And I was like, okay, Softnum's having an existential crisis. Alright, we got some spawns here for Malladroid in this graveyard. Do you want to watch out for those flies? You can use the graves to your advantage to kind of get things stuck or walk around them. Aww, Softnum. You had to have a moment, right? It's just important to try not to get like tilted off the face of the planet, because Earthbound will tilt you off the face of the planet, you know? Just gotta try and stick with it. This game is not easy, you know? It's really not. But it's fun, and we love it. And there's a lot of nostalgia, you know? And how cool that we get to experience nostalgia for this game, you know? It's like, oh man, I have these memories and I love them so much that I have this feeling about them. And it's a good feeling, you know?